virus Omicron. Falcon hates puns and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Well, very good. Happy podcast day.
Like an internationally recognized day?
It is internationally recognized day for doing podcasts. It comes every week at this time.
Oh, okay.
Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Actually, I bet there is a podcast day.
Probably, yeah. There's a day for everything.
Monday, September 30th, International Podcast Day 2019.
Oh, so it's actually coming up.
I know, right? It's close. That worked out very nicely.
It's unfortunate that we don't record on Mondays.
I mean, my Mondays we do.
Oh, so we will be half on it, I guess.
Yeah, that'll totally work out. It'll be a special podcast for the International Podcast Day celebration that everybody participates in, and there's parades and special visits from podcasters to your house, and it's gonna be great.
I get to drive the float.
Yeah, I mean the float. There's like hundreds of floats, man. This is the biggest parade in the whole world.
Well, I meant the Falcon Paladin Owl float. Yeah.
Oh, right. Our float for the parade. Got it.
Right. Yeah.
You get to drive. No, I want to drive. Driving a float. Actually, that sounds really boring. Never mind. You can have
our float's in Australia, so it's on this side of the road. You wouldn't know how to drive it.
No, it's a good point. I would crash. Even though it's like, drive this at 2.5 miles an hour for 3 hours, which sounds horrible, but it's all yours.
Did I forget to mention our float is Mad Max themed, and nothing is at 2 miles an hour here.
Just a parade where everything's cruising by at like 50 miles an hour. Vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'd go to that parade. It'd be over in like 4 minutes.
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
I think that was the Falcon Paladin on our float. Not sure though. Can we have somebody like chained to the front of it like Mad Max?
Yes. We'll hold it in a speedway. That way we get to do laps. All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then people who didn't catch it the first time around can catch it on the second or third or like 60th lap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like
that
this
works
plan.
for me.
Yeah. No, it's great. I'm down. Super down.
Oh, Duddles just messaged me. He might make his ult on Misriel.
Cool. Duddles can hang.
Yeah. He's been playing on White Mane.
Huh.
I was looking at White Mane today because I always figured the server at the bottom of the list is the one with the longest wait times, and it was 5 hours.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's time to move to a different server, man. He's like level 1. I just can't get on. Yeah. Reasonable. Well, good. Yeah, in case you don't know what we're talking about World of Warcraft Classic, which is the new hotness in streaming today. Seems like everybody that I know who streams is doing at least a little WoW.
Well,
with the exception of the Korean StarCraft streamers who don't care.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they definitely don't care. But yeah, everyone seems to want this, even though they definitely don't, you know? Yep.
I mean, I'm still waiting. I still can't imagine this kind of falling off in about a couple of weeks or so.
Oh, I
suddenly
imagine
the servers
totally
are empty.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I can also see it going the other way, where it's still totally, it's full servers, medium pop servers for the next 6 months to a year. People hop on, they level alts. People want to get geared up to do Molten Core. They never got to do it in the past. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think it'd be good.
What this makes really interesting is whatever the next Retail WoW expansion is going to be like.
Oh, yeah.
Because if this does better than Retail WoW, I guarantee you Retail WoW will turn way more vanilla, like, in a heartbeat.
I suppose, but can they do that? Can they get rid of, like, Looking for Group and Dungeon Finder and all the stuff that people love?
Well,
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Because I still think there are a lot of people who are like, yeah, vanilla, I don't know, I understand the concept of, togetherness, and people have to work together because it's harder, and you actually have to find groups, but I hate it. Like, I'd rather have Quest Finder, and I'd rather have the ability to just immediately find a group for every dungeon I need to run, and I like being able to pull 20 wolves at the same time and kill them all, instead of just maybe 2 wolves who will murder me. Stuff like that.
Well, I mean, Quest Finder, there's an add-on for that.
Are they allowing that one? Okay.
I don't know. They haven't banned me yet.
Fair. Yeah. So did that give you like an arrow and shows you where you need to go
Yeah.
for each of the quests? Okay, that's
It'll
nice.
like when you have a quest ready to hand in, it'll tell you where it goes. So all, like the FedEx quests and stuff like that, it's like go here, and if it's like kill an enemy, it'll mark where they spawn with like swords, and if it's
Yeah.
drops, it'll have like a bag, and same deal.
I gotcha. All right, that's cool. I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
So it's been fun. So I'm level 10 with my paladin and kind of been getting boosted a lot, honestly, just because I've had Somicron, not in party, mind you, but just like murdering mobs for me, so they die fast, and I get the full XP for it.
And I'm now level 12. So.
Oh, why are you still playing that tune? You gonna
'Cause I
out-level me
don't-
forever?
Well, here's the thing. I spent 4 hours today killing kobolds in like echo mines, collecting just linen. Right, so
Yeah,
these
yeah,
things
yeah.
are level 3. I'm not even getting XP.
So you can level up your tailoring.
And I thought to like because I did hand in some quests, right, and that's how I got that extra level. I thought to balance it out, I'll have no money, so I made a bunch of linen bags in tailoring, and then gave them out to like fresh like players, and just like here, have a free bag.
Aw, that was nice.
So I might have experience, but you have coin.
Sort of. I have like 8. I have 8 coin.
I have 56 copper.
Okay, you win. Yeah, no, I get that. It's fine. Just don't not level me too far, man. Jeez.
Yeah. But the problem is I don't like playing, like, I don't want to I don't want to redo stuff. Right? I want to
Yeah.
keep going with the one character, but I can't.
Right. I mean, you could start a tune on the Horde side. There's whole different quest chains over there.
And not as interesting.
You don't have you tried it?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, all right, cool. Well, fine then. You could do a Night Elf. Night Elves have a whole different quest chain.
Uh-huh.
And
I've
so
got
do,
a
like-
Night Elf priest at the moment.
Oh,
I've been playing
so
a little
play
bit.
that
It's
one.
boring.
What's significantly different about it?
I'm not my mage. I've got my main character. I want to just play that one.
Ah,
I'm like,
that's
I
a
mean-
problem.
I'm invested.
Yeah. No, I get that. All right. Well, every time we play from now on, Summercron's going to be further and further along, so it's going to be good.
Only until you hit 60.
And then we'll be totally tied.
Yeah, except for my gear. I
Right.
assume there's gear scores in this.
No, there is not.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
But you will have better gear than I will, and you'll be attuned for different stuff. So that's how we change.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's been good. It's been just fine. I'm actually happy that you're as into it as you are, because you said there was a significant chance you'd be bored with it in a week. So I'm glad to hear you want to keep going for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll see how
Oh,
it
good.
goes.
When's Gears of
Still
War?
got 7 more days.
Ah, okay.
Today-
See you another week.
It'll be out by this time next week.
Yeah. I gotcha. So we'll
So-
see how that goes if Gears sucks all your attention away.
Yep.
Entirely
Although-
possible.
I'm not much of a multiplayer for Gears guy, so it'll be like, alright, 6 hours, maybe campaign, and then they have a new cooperative mode that's like a base designer. Did you ever play the Quest for Epic Loot? I think is what it's called.
Nope.
It was like you get to build your own dungeon, and then the other players could run it, and you could run theirs, and if you can clear it, you get to take their money and stuff. Gears seems to have a version of that where you play as a 3-man squad that goes into dungeons, but you can also build your own.
Yeah, all right.
So I'll probably give that a good go if that's any fun by myself. 'Cause-
Right.
Yeah.
Man, the campaign is 6 hours. Good golly.
That's an estimate for me.
Oh.
That's 6 hours of gameplay. I'm not counting cutscenes because I couldn't guess how long the cutscenes are going to be.
I mean, in the past, have they been really long cutscenes or just very minimal?
Some I would say there's probably about easily an hour's worth of cutscenes in each game. So
Okay.
I can expect about as much.
Yeah. Just tax it up.
Yeah.
All right.
And then collectibles and replaying on harder difficulties. Who knows how long I'll be on?
Yeah. Could be forever. You never know.
Doubt it.
Probably not, though. Yeah. Speaking of cutscenes, so the producers and the makers of Cyberpunk actually said that they've changed all of their cutscenes from third person to first person.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. It is a much different experience, the first person cutscene versus a third person cutscene. I've always felt like first person gaming is more immersive than third person gaming. Just because, obviously, you don't, like, you're not immediately seeing yourself control another character when it's first person, right?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff, like, it might be more immersive, but I think there's more stuff that gets in the way, and it's harder to make it right. Like, a lot of console first-person shooter games, right, well, obviously not being super immersive in terms of story, so I'm not going to compare them like that, their weapon models would be so big because they just needed to block out some pixel space with a static image so that it could push the hardware as much as they need to. So I would be worried that I always worry that in a game that's going to be first person that the weapon models are too big and stuff like that. Because it's not immersive having a gun right up next to my eye. It's just in the way of what I can see.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear that. But for me, just like, I don't know, ignoring weapon placement, ignoring that other stuff, it's just, I don't know. Like in Half-Life, I feel more immersive in there, and same thing with Halo. As compared to The Witcher, which I really enjoy. I really like The Witcher, but it feels less like I'm playing it and more like I'm controlling somebody else. I don't know. Like, again, it doesn't affect the enjoyment of the game. It's just a different thing.
I think that's the point, though. Like, you're not Geralt. You are controlling Geralt.
Yeah.
But you aren't him. If you're a first person, you are that person.
I am Master
right?
Chief.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why they give the Master Chief so little dialogue lines in the first couple of games.
And why Gordon Freeman says almost nothing the entire series.
Right. Make it easier for the player to associate the choices with them.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool beans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, classic. Cyberpunk should be good. Coming out soon.
Mm-hmm. When does Cyberpunk come out?
It's supposed to be spring.
Dude, okay.
Like April, I think they said. They haven't given a day, but they've given a month at this point.
I wonder how many games that'll come out with the word cyber in the title between now and then. 7 months, April 16th.
Oh, there is a day. April 16th it is. At least I got the month right.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, thank you. Do try to keep abreast of these things. I also have that whiteboard in my cube where other people have, like, coding examples and problems they're working on, lists of to-do lists and, like, really worky stuff. And I'm just like, what movies are coming out? So it's all what movies and TV shows and video games and books are coming out soon. And if they have dates, they're on this side. If they don't have dates, they're on this side. And if it's stuff like Half-Life 3, it's in its own little sad corner.
Do you literally have Half-Life 3, a game with no, like, TBD on it, like, written there staring at you all the time, so you can be constantly reminded you don't have this thing?
It's called the Would Be Nice corner. Half-Life lives in there. Portal 3 lives in there. It's basically a corner devoted to Valve for the most part. What else is in there, though? There's a couple other things where it's just like, this is never happening. I think we actually did move the next Song of Fire and Ice down there the other day. We were like, this is never happening. Corner it is. So if you can surprise us, Mr. Martin, if you want to, you can make me move your book out of the corner, but I don't see it happening.
I still don't get why you're like, he's never putting out another book. You put out a book last year.
In the Song of Fire and Ice. I specifically said in the Song of Fire and Ice.
He did
not.
It was in it wasn't like a narrative piece.
Not part of the series.
But it is part of the series. It's the Targaryen's bloodline and stories and stuff like that. It counts. If he's working on that universe, then what difference does it make?
It makes a difference. Every person who's waiting for the next book in the Song of Fire and Ice series was like, die in a fire, George R.R. Martin. Stop releasing stuff we don't want. Nobody was like, ooh, a history of the Targaryens. This is exactly what we've been waiting for 7 years.
If you want more of that world, I don't care if it's before or after, right? Like the present events. It's history. It's interesting. No, nobody's happy about it. I'm telling you, the Song of Fire and Ice subreddit, nobody was like, ooh, I'm getting this. Everybody's like, no, stupid Martin not writing stuff that I want him to write, writing other things instead. Well, they just sound entitled.
Yeah, maybe they are. I'm just telling you the truth, man. Telling you what the reaction is from the people who are book readers. And especially now, where like the TV show kind of flopped at the end there, and the book readers are like, ooh, the book will be better. Let's get the book now. But that's never happening, and they're very sad.
No.
Yeah, so not happening. Anyway, speaking of stuff that is being released, I did my homework.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I watched all of the episodes of Fire Force that are available on the Crunchyroll right now.
Nice.
So
Very nice.
yeah, it's good. I like it. I mean, I would definitely went into it. I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and if I don't like it, I'll stop. But I kept going, so that's a good sign. I enjoy a couple main things about it. One, just the constant subversion of your expectations about the main character. Because every piece of fiction, every visual piece of fiction you've ever like absorbed into your entire life, if people have A, red eyes, and B, sharp pointy teeth, and they smile with sharp pointy teeth in stressful situations, they're evil. They're always evil. There's never been an exception to this.
Especially if they're called like the devil and they produce flames. Yeah.
Yes, and they produce flames from their feet and their children, especially if they're children. They are obviously Satan, right?
Right.
So even though like our main character is a good dude and he just wants to help people and he seems to be totally on the up and up, so part of me is like, what if he's actually a demon? I just can't get past like the visual biases. It's weird. So I enjoy that.
It's great.
Yeah, so he's good. I mean, because if he was a character that didn't have red eyes and didn't have sharpened freaking teeth, and it showed his mom too, she had sharpened teeth. So it's like this weird genetic thing where this very small segment of the population has like crocodile teeth for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Right. Well, there's a bunch of like weird genetic traits in the people. Like the captain of the 5th, I think it is. She has like flowers for eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That was weird.
Yeah.
True
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's, so like weird visual traits. Also, apparently there's inherited pyrokinetic powers. We'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so there's that. And the other thing is I just like the captain character. I like the captain of our main little fire squad.
I like him.
Yeah, especially because he doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have any ability to control fire at all. And everybody else who's under him totally does. And like it's really useful to be able to control fire in the line of work that he's in, but he never complains about it. He never makes any excuses. He just says, look, man, I have to bring all of this gear with me to stay alive during these things, and you don't. So like, don't take that for granted, you know. But he's just good, and just how he's totally willing to buck the system to do what he thinks is right, and that's why he's leading this little podunk squad in the middle of nowhere. They're going through his record, and they're like, he's got 2 commendations for valor, which were then removed later because he kept disobeying orders to like help people. So yeah, and he's totally willing to go up against this big, bad, scary organization, essentially by himself if he needs to. And just a cool dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Do I know any of the names? No, because it takes me about 3 seasons to learn people's names in these shows.
Yeah, I can't remember the names either. All I know is that the guy with the sword is called Arthur, because because he pretends he's a knight.
Right.
Yeah.
He's all right too. I like when he's introduced and the protagonist is like, he tries to play like a silent and like mysterious, but really he's just an idiot. And you're like, come on, man, really? And then he's just an idiot.
Yes. Oh, he's so dumb.
He's so dumb. Endearing though, endearingly stupid.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it when he was on the raid on the 5th, and he's fighting the fire guy. And he's like, why have my powers forsaken me so? And then he's like, I'm definitely right-handed. Excalibur's in my left hand. What's going on here?
And he's legitimately just like, wait, hold on. He wasn't playing at all. He wasn't like trying to be arrogant about it. He just literally was like, I've been fighting with my left hand this whole time for some reason. Doh.
Like he didn't notice he drew his sword with the wrong hand.
Right. I mean, it's not really a sword.
No, but
You know what I mean? Like, there's not the act of drawing it from a scabbard. He just grabbed the handle, you know?
Right, but I mean, he's still like ask a trained fighter to swap their sword hand and with it to their offhand and see if they don't notice instantly.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I like it quite a bit. It's more fan servicey than previous animes I've been watching, which whatever. But I don't know. It's not really a main focus of the show, so I'm good.
No. There is one thing that I don't like about the main character, Shinra.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Name Shinra.
Yeah. If you need to remember it, just think of Shinra Electric Company from Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, those two things blend so well.
Yep.
He has a habit, I don't know if it's in the subtitle version, of, because he's got like that hero shtick, right? Of being like, you can call me, I'm going to knock some sense into the captain, man.
Right. He does that a lot.
I can't stand that.
It is a little bit brazen for him when he's not quite usually that, like, just arrogant.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Yeah.
No superhero changes their name that often.
No. Well, I mean, it's not changing his name. He's just making a point, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Still.
Still. Also, I am a little bit iffy about, so the captain of the 5th with the flower eyes.
Mm-hmm.
She's like evil, man.
Yeah.
She's straight up bad person all the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then she gets punched in the face and she's like, you know what? I'm good now. It's like, what the crap? How does this work?
He knocked some sense into the captain, man.
Sure did. Holy cow. Man, I can't even, I'm waiting for her to be like, haha, I was tricking you the whole time, you idiots. You thought getting punched in the face once would turn me good? So that'll happen. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that happens.
I know. It would help the show a lot, I think. Because if
Yeah.
they just like start recruiting evil people by punching them in the face, and their team just keeps growing that way, I'm going to be really annoyed.
Yeah, I would be annoyed as well. But I think if it happens once, I'll let it slide because her abilities basically render everyone like unable to fight, and this has been like the first guy who's able to fight, and his shtick is the hero thing.
Yes.
So you get a pass once, Fire Force. Once.
Yes, and I get it. There's a certain level of I've never lost before, and then I lost, and that is a shock to one system, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that before with heroes. We've seen it with villains in other fictional worlds. So I get it. I can get her experiencing that level of just like paradigm shift. I'm not unstoppable. What is happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
But then to be like, no, I'm going to help you guys take down who's in charge. It's like, what? Like, usually this happens to people and they like take a sabbatical or something. They just disappear for a while, and then they like find themselves and they come back. But she's just hanging. It's cool.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, they showed that the surrounding areas of Tokyo that they can, like, are actually popular, like, livable, are very little. So she probably couldn't leave if she wanted to, or at least not go very far.
That's an excellent point. There's that one time they're like, by the way, most of the world is uninhabited and a hellscape.
Yeah. And then she also still loves power, and even though she lost, she still gets to stay a captain. So she gets to keep her power. So no point in leaving.
It's true. They didn't demote her, really. She's still in charge of her people, just kind of a cooperative effort now.
Yep. Which will be better if she does turn. Like, if there's a twist and she's like, no, I've only been secretly betraying you, and not really helping you. And then that's why I didn't leave. That'll make more sense, I think. That'd be
right.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, yeah. So that one bit of world build, where they're like, by the way, the rest of the world is on fire, and there's this little tiny piece of Japan that like is not actively on fire, but people are spontaneously combusting. And this has been going on, and people are being born with pyrokinesis powers, which is totally new, sort of. I guess we're on the 3rd generation now. But yeah, like everybody seems pretty chill for major changes to their world in the last 60 years?
Yeah, probably about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, I like that
Yeah.
both Shinra and the captain of the first are third generation.
Mm.
And he's like 60. It doesn't make any sense.
Is he? He's first generation, isn't he?
No, he's third.
Did they
I
say
need to
third
look
for
it
him?
up.
Yeah.
Fire Force Captain first. Leonard Burns, third generation pyrokinetic. Bam, Sucka, third gen.
Okay.
And he's 50 according to the fandom that I found. Yeah,
Huh.
so how does that work? Shinra's like 17 and he's third gen.
I mean,
And every other
Is-
third gen we've found has been pretty young.
well, okay, so imagine third gen isn't like generations like us, but once your powers in your family develop, and then you get the generations, and Shinra's family happened later. Or they had normies in their bloodline, or originally it only just started to mingle with the pyro people.
So why is Shinra
So
third generation? How does that work?
Because he's the third generation in his family, right? They're
Oh, I
both
getcha. Yeah,
third
yeah.
generation, but they're not the same generation.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So the captain of the first bloodline has been pyrokinesis
For ages.
for 100 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am
Which really
interested
makes-
to see what they're going to do with a fourth generation, because I think the way they've been explaining it, like the further you're along in the generational tree, the more powerful
How
you
you-
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
So fourth gen
yeah.
would be interesting.
I imagine there's like there might be some kind of like twist where it's like, oh, the people like fourth generations can fully turn into those like demonic hell infernal forms.
Like intentionally?
Maybe.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, I also do like that Shinra just shows up to these like towering infernos with when he's barefoot. Just visually, it's very interesting to be like. Everybody else is covered head to toe. The captain's wearing this crazy face mask. You can't see any of his exposed skin whatsoever. And then Shinra's just like, I guess I'll wear a coat and these pants, but I'm not wearing shoes.
Yeah, well, he can't use shoes
I
because they
know.
like his feet just burn them off.
Yeah. No, I get why.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
funny. You just have these people like walking into this towering flame and everyone's clad in fireman gear and then this one dude's barefoot. It's just
Yeah.
like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Well, that's,
Just the dissonance.
that's what happens when you have people with abilities. Which reminds me, there was a new trailer that came out a couple days ago, which you probably didn't watch. You don't watch trailers, but
Correct.
it's for My Hero Academia season 4.
Yay! October, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so excited for that one.
Hopefully it's good.
My goal for this season is Midoriya only goes to the hospital once. That's my goal.
Yeah, I mean,
Because every season he goes there like 4 or 5 times. Every time he uses his powers, he ends up in the hospital. Recovery girl's like, "Look, stupid, you're gonna die. Stop doing this." Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think he might not go to the hospital anymore.
He's just like, recovery girl's gonna yell at me. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
I'm gonna go to a vet.
That would be amazing. Might work.
Yeah,
Anyway.
very excited for that. Although I'm a little annoyed that the Two Heroes movie isn't out on streaming and stuff yet. It's been like months.
That's really weird. Yeah, it has been months since it's been in theaters. Who...
I can buy the DVD.
I mean, that's not streaming, but it kind of counts. Actually, I've got it on Amazon, Vudu, YouTube, Google Play, and Stars streaming.
Huh.
Are you sure it's not streaming anywhere?
It's not streaming. I found rip on YouTube by the looks of it.
So basically, if it doesn't exist on the Microsoft Store, it doesn't exist anywhere. Is that how this works?
Well, I mean, it's not
There's
on...
always Netflix, I suppose.
Alright, let me check Netflix. It's not on Funimation, which is where I usually watch anime, okay?
Yep, I hear you.
Netflix has The Dark Crystal, though. I thought that was an Amazon exclusive. No, Netflix does not have My Hero Academia. Now I will check the Microsoft Store.
Search Two Heroes.
Let me search for My Hero Academia.
All right.
2 results. 2 seasons of TV. That's it. Doesn't have season 3. So.
That's dumb.
Yep, sure is.
All right. Well, it's good. I mean, it has no bearing on the show at all because it can't. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess if someone has to miss it, they can miss it. If they're in
I
Australia.
don't know. I've seen it. It's good.
I know. But, like,
you know,
there might be other people in
not-
Australia who didn't see it when it was in theaters, and now they don't have any way to watch it. Unless they buy the DVD like a savage. What year is it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it was Blu-ray.
Oh, right, of course.
Attention. It came in a box, so I assumed it was DVD.
It's fair.
Let me check if it's on the Google Play. I can buy all the manga and the music tracks and 2 seasons of TV. But not the movie or
Incredible.
season 3.
Incredible. That makes no sense at all. Well, GG Australia. Another reason that everybody hates you.
Hey. That
Not everybody, but man, video games are expensive. You don't even get the My Hero Academia movie. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So somebody at work convinced me to watch Mindhunter.
Mindhunter?
Yeah, it's a Netflix show where it's about the people who figured out like the concept of serial killing and kind of delved into the psychology of it so they could find people before they do it, right?
Okay.
So these people that interview existing serial killers and like try to figure out what makes them tick and find patterns and commonalities and stuff. And it's just supposed to be just really just affecting, like really, you know, basically for science and to try to help stop this in the future. You're sitting down at a table with Jeffrey Dahmer, you know.
Is this fictional or is this like documentary-ish?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. My understanding is it's documentary-ish. I don't think it's fictionalized.
Okay. It is on Australian Netflix. We wanted to set this as homework.
I'm pretty sure all original series Netflix are on all Netflix everywhere. Because they just own the licensing for it. There's no reason not to.
But there are some things that get published as Netflix originals that aren't in other locations in Australia and other places. So
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, I don't know if there's a hard and fast rule here. Anyway, the point is, if it's on Netflix, there's a better chance it's available everywhere on Netflix.
Yeah.
Especially if it's considered a Netflix original.
Mm-hmm. So do we want to watch this?
I still need to finish Letterkenny.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have
that do you have
a
left?
season and a half to go.
Okay.
So I could probably get to the first couple episodes of Mindhunter. There are 2 seasons. So second season just launched. First season was last year. So yeah, I think I could probably watch the first 2 episodes of season 1 sometime next week.
Okay. That's 42 minutes each.
Yeah, doable. All right, fantastic. Homework it is. Mindhunters, season 1, episode 1 and 2. Or maybe just 1 if you really hate it. I don't know if I really hate it. I think 42 minutes is maybe enough time to decide.
Maybe.
Maybe not though.
Maybe. It's about the Unabomber by the looks of it.
Yeah. There's my understanding is they go into a bunch of different ones though. Is the whole season centered around the Unabomber?
Nah, doesn't look like it.
Okay. Again, I haven't watched, so I can't say for sure.
Just
Anyway.
looking at the episode descriptions, it does not look like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Alrighty then. In cat news, Cinnamon is doing better at not trying to eat my toes off, so that's nice.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
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 Still like jumping up on the bed and purring. Or she been
Uh,
like thoroughly kicked out of the bedroom at night.
I give her a try every couple days.
Mm-hmm.
The most part,
Okay.
if I let her in there when I'm trying to go to sleep, she sits on my head or like tries to burrow into my beard while I'm trying to sleep, which is great. Like seriously, Cinnamon, I'm trying to sleep right now. Stop. And then she gets kicked out. But last night she actually, like, I tried something else this time because like she likes to curl up on my lap when I'm watching something. But then when she wants to actually go to sleep, she moves off like to the other cushion on the couch or whatever, and then goes to sleep there. So this time I actually sat in bed and had her sit in my lap while I just watched an episode of Letterkenny on my phone, and then she moved off and curled up on, on the bed.
Yeah.
And then she went to sleep. So that worked, but again, we still have the problem of the 3 a.m. wake up where she wants to play and I'm still sleeping.
Right, because she's
Yeah.
still quite young and
Right.
only needs 3 hours of sleep.
Apparently. Although she sleeps all day. It's just like little naps all throughout the day is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had high hopes, but she got kicked out of the room at 3 a.m. again. So keep working on it.
One day.
One day.
One day.
Yeah. She's doing better at not eating the kids either because,
Oh, that's nice.
she's figuring it out.
Yep. How to cat 101. Don't eat the
Mhm.
kids.
Yeah. Please don't eat the kids. You will get kicked out if you keep eating the kids.
Well,
Eventually.
I mean, yeah, eventually. It just depends on how much she's leaving, right?
Yeah.
Like, if your daughter came up to you and was like, "Daddy, I lost a finger," and like held up 4 fingers with like the pinky missing, I don't think there'd be many chances.
No, probably not.
No. How's the vole problem though?
About the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the cat allowed outside often enough to go looking for him?
I mean, a couple times a day. I'll let her go out for a while. She's just exploring at this point. She's kind of figuring out what's going on and where everything is and smelling all of the smells, animal things.
Yeah. You planning on taking her for walks?
Nope.
Okay.
Do people do that?
Yeah, you can take cats for walks.
Huh. Okay.
Yep, you just gotta buy him a full body harness.
Yeah, sounds great. Way into that.
It's not that hard. It's not that much. It's more like it's just like a harness with an extra bit. Like it's not a harness. It's like a collar with a little extra. It's not much.
Fair.
Just so you can get a better pull on them instead of choking them by the neck if you want to pull back.
Yeah, let's not do that. No strangling cats. Bad idea.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
So yes, that's cat update. Do you have any cat updates for the cats who live in your backyard?
Not really. Nothing new to report. They
Cool.
meow.
Still
she
around?
meows.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is, yeah.
Great.
Yep. Nothing new happening there. She meows, I bend down, I pet her. She rolls over. I pet her belly. And then I walk away, because that's
Smart.
what she wants.
Yep.
Yep.
That's about it.
Really not much else to it. Like, she won't come inside. She won't let me pick her up. Nothing else. She doesn't like to play with, like, little bits of string or anything, or toys. Just wants to be fed and pet. Nothing else.
All right. I mean,
Yeah.
that seems like a good relationship. You understand what you each need and just respect those boundaries.
Well,
Do you?
I mean, she's getting what she wants.
it's true.
I understand what she wants and respect those boundaries. I'm not getting what I want out of a cat.
No.
No,
Which is
there is no
maybe-
cat right here, right now, purring.
More petting, maybe.
Yeah, that I can deal with the more petting,
Yeah.
but she needs to come inside. There are 4 big dogs out there, some of which don't like cats very much.
Right. It's hard to do with roommates sometimes.
Would you consider just like animals sharing spaces, roommates like that? Like I've never thought of that concept. 'Cause roommates is a human concept. Animals just like you have 2 pets. They're not roommates. They're just pets.
Right. Because they don't pay
Right.
rent.
Yeah, sure. I mean, theoretically a cat could like be an exterminator, which would be equivalent to rent.
Sort of, I suppose. Paying rent in kind, I suppose. I'm down. Do you want to make predictions for GSL?
Oh, I knew you were gonna.
Do you want to curse somebody?
All right, let's have a look at the bracket.
I mean, I just realized the playoffs aren't ready to go. We still need Group C and D. But we can bet
Oh,
on Group
really?
C and D.
All right.
As they are on the 4th and the 6th. So, yeah, they'll be done before next pod.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Do you
Need
have
a link?
bracket?
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
Who do we have?
So we've already got Dark, TY, Keen, and Trap who have qualified.
Indeed, we have.
So Fantasy, Special, Hero, and Cure are out.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? Oh my gosh, it's 2 Terrans? Terran fans rejoice! 2 Terrans have qualified out of 4 players. That's a good ratio.
We might even get a third.
I
In
know.
Group
It's
C.
possible. Unless you
Yeah.
pick him, in which case he won't.
Nope.
No?
No. Maru will prevail.
Oh my gosh. Samacron, don't do it. Don't do it to your guy. Unless he's not your guy anymore.
He's still my guy until Beyond gets out of the military. But who's gonna beat him there? Stats has never beaten Maru 3-0 before. Certainly not twice in recent memory.
No, definitely not.
And Rogue's definitely not a world champion.
No, he's never won BlizzCon, correct?
No. And Soul is also not really scary.
I don't know.
Who do you-
Solar's scary? I don't know that Solar's scary.
You don't think Soul is maybe not the scariest player in that group, right?
Right.
Definitely not the scariest player in that group.
No.
But Soul is really good. He's still pretty scary. I would still put him up there.
Okay. I mean, I'm just remembering stats versus Solar at Asus Rogue Summer 2019. And it's a 7-game finals. And let's just say that Stas did not look like he had a particularly hard time with Solar.
I would say that Sola did get out of his previous group 4-0, beating out Trap. So who knows?
Who else?
Tasia, which meh.
Like Tasia.
Tasia's good.
Not quite back.
And you're not Sola.
Yeah.
Wait, no, Patience. My apologies, Patience, not Tasia.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, 4-0 against Protosses.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Stats is not your regular Protoss, though.
No, he's also not versing stats, straight up.
True.
Versing Maru first.
True. All right. So who's your first pick in Group C?
Maru.
You're picking Maru for reals? All right,
Yeah.
man. Cool. All right.
Maru's gonna win JSL.
I'm gonna pick Stats then.
All right.
And
Yep.
your second pick?
Rogue.
Which leaves me with the guy who's left, who is Solar.
Mm-hmm.
Not happy about, but whatever.
Do you
And
want to
then
swap?
Group D. Man, that is a lot of Protoss.
Sure is.
I'm gonna take Classic out of that group.
Go for it. I will take. I'll take Zest. I think Zest is better than Ragnarok and Dia combined.
Okay. Man, Zest is the most patient Protoss I've ever cast before.
Yeah.
He does not go for the kill. He's just like, I'll hang out and just defend around and just wiped out your entire army. Well, I'll have another
get
chance to
ahead.
do that later. He's like, dude, go, kill him. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, I'm going to take Deer.
Dear. Okay. I will take Ragnarok.
Okay. So what we've learned here today is that Maru, Rogue, Zest, and Ragnarok will all go winless in their group. Because the Summicon curse has been applied.
No. It's fine. Like they'll make it out of the group. I have confidence in all my picks.
I mean, yes.
Though I had confidence in all my previous picks as well.
You sure did. Which is why the curse is
So-
even sadder, because you believe in these people and curse them into the grave.
I mean-
good times.
If they do like all get like 3-0'd and knocked out, or 2-0'd because it's groups, yeah. So they around a five, like best of fives.
Nah,
Or
you
best of
basically
threes.
just play, best of threes against everyone.
Yeah. So if they all get 2-0'd, then we'll know that the curse is definitely real.
It's a good test. Fantastic point, actually. Yeah.
Just-
So yeah, we're looking at a potential of 3 players in the playoff in the round of 8. It's pretty good. Three Terrans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a Protoss.
Yeah. I mean, technically, we don't have to have a Protoss come through, though. I guess
Well,
we do
Group
just
D.
1. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So a minimum of 2 Protoss, and then you don't have to have any more Zergs other than Dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Solo Rogue and Ragnarok come out. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. What were you about to say?
I was just going to say, I don't know. It's just the whole argument is that Zerg is overpowered in the late game, and that Protoss can't handle the whole infested Terrans, corruptors, etc. ball, right? But then the other side of it is that mid-game Protoss is really strong, and they have a lot of just 2 to 3 base attacks that can actually kill Zergs pretty handily, and they're hard to scout, etc. So it's just I don't know. Again, just watching and casting stats versus solar stats was just like, I'm not letting this get to the 20-minute mark. It's not happening. Like, I'm
Right.
absolutely going to force the issue here at 9 minutes, and we'll see how we do.
I mean, yeah. Have we seen a lot of like top level stuff post patch?
No, that's the thing. I don't think so.
Because the biggest changes that I can one of the biggest ones especially for Infested Terran is that their air attacks now respect the armor of their target.
Yep.
They used to ignore armor,
Yeah, by
but
accident.
now they won't. Yeah,
Yeah. And
So-
their attack rate was decreased.
slightly slowed. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see if we actually do get to that late game, how just destructive anti-air is from the Infested Terrans, because, yeah, you didn't stick around for that before, because it would eat everything in the sky. It was really, really good anti-air.
Sure was. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess if you're trying to shoot down a carrier that normally has... Carriers have a base armor of a 1, right?
I'm sure.
Let me check real quick. They start with 2? It says armor 2
Yeah.
plus 1. What does that mean? Yeah, ignoring that much armor, and then if you have the upgrades especially, that's a lot. That's a lot of extra damage you shouldn't be able to get. So that should make a pretty big difference. It might be able, it might allow Protoss to actually stand and fight situations where Infested Terrans are popped, instead of having to retreat, which can be a pretty big deal, pretty big game changer.
Armor is commonly notated as X plus Y, expressing X is the base armor and gains Y armor for every upgrade purchased.
Okay, so it's 2 base, and then you can get 3 more for 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, ignoring 5 armor, and they shot pretty fast too.
Mm-hmm.
So ignoring armor and shooting quickly is a pretty potent combination. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Like you said, we still have to see that situation come up, but who knows? Who knows if we ever will again?
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we have anything else for this week?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. Anything else you're watching?
I mean, I'm still keeping up with all the other shows I recommended, like Doctor Stone,
Oh, you are.
stuff like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Still enjoying it.
Yeah, Doctor Stone's it's just like hit an interesting point where originally it was like these 2 guys and it was like them trying to like recreate society by reviving people, but they revived a guy who turned out to be evil and like could break stone with his hands. So it turned into like a faction and a race of like weapons to fight each other.
Yeah.
And then they pulled like an anime thing where one guy died, but they were able to bring him back because fantasy science.
Yep.
And then they had to like split up so they could pretend that the good guy was actually still dead and like let the bad guy think he's won for a bit. But he finds people like in the stone world that were resurrected generations ago, and there's like a tiny little town full of like Stone Age people.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I'm like, how are they all speaking the same Japanese?
It should be speaking cave people Japanese.
Well, I mean, theoretically, they're descendants from someone in Japan who was turned to stone and then came back. So they would learn... They would have similar Japanese, but as soon as, like, those few people died, I guess, like, it would... I imagine the language would just evolve and change way faster.
Yeah.
But he did, like... The science guy ran into, like, a caveman version of himself. It wasn't, like, himself, but he, like, was considered to be a sorcerer by the entire town.
Cool.
And, yeah. So they had, like, a science versus sorcery battle, which was fun. Where he's, like, throwing elements into fire to make it change color.
Best science.
Yeah, he had, like, a ball and he was rubbing it and zapping people with, like, tiny little electric charges.
Nice.
Senku's like the hero, the main character. He's like, if you rub it with this like leather that I've got, you'll generate way more. And he zaps him back, and it's because it's more, it hurts more, and he respects him as a better sorcerer. Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
yeah,
Science
Yep.
and magic, same thing.
same thing.
Totally the same thing.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
good.
Fingers crossed that stays fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty much the same with all of these shows.
Pretty much.
Because, yeah, I could totally see Fire Force kind of falling apart at some point here, but...
Mm.
Because they're really just
Definitely.
into the hook, right? They're really just into what's the mystery, why is all this happening, what's being kept from the general public, right?
Yeah, if they then now turn into like we're going to slowly investigate the other branches one by one, but we're actually not going to like dismantle them. We're just going to like turn
Recruit
them
them.
good again.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
punching them in the face.
Yeah.
It's still so good. Just right in the nose.
Right in the nose.
Right, well, good stuff. All right, fine. I think that's it then, unless there's anything else you want to cover.
No, I think I'm good.
Excellent. All right, good stuff then. Thanks for hanging out for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour. Please check out the Patreon. Check out the merch store. If you have suggestions for stuff, either to be put in the podcast or in the store, let me know at falconpaladin@gmail.com. Suggestions are always welcome. And until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out with us today, and you take care of yourself.